but he always showed up in the whole regimentals, in the whole uniform, in the entire uniform, in the blue uniform, not British red uniform, but blue uniform. Just making this suggestion every single day when the talking were taking part, the proceedings were taking, taking place. He was always present, and he was always wearing this uniform. So it was just a little hint that he would be a great leader. He looks spectacular in the uniform and so on, so on. So he was a very good player, political player. But when he was elected and when he joined the main bulk of the Continental Patriotic Army in the north, in Massachusetts, when he was already elected as a head, as a leader of the Continental Army, he made this, he stopped this enlisting the blacks. And then the British used this opportunity to play the black card, and they have promised to every black person if liberty and a normal British wages for a British soldier. So and when the American black slaves in the South heard about it, they, in a great number, although it was a very dangerous thing to do, they were fleeing the plantations and joining the British. To some extent, the capture of the American Patriot-controlled Charleston, the main city of the South Virginia, was to some extent it was facilitated by the help of the blacks during the siege of the city. They appeared in a great number. There were like 15,000 of them, at the number similar to the number of the British troops besieging the city, in which there was like 4,000 of Patriot colonials. So it was really paying off for the British to play the black card, and to the credit and we should give some credit to the British that this promise was kept. When even if the British lost the war and the independent United States were created, those black people who wanted to remain British and free in the same time, they could go to America with the British loyalists, because there was a huge exodus of loyalists after the war. It was like 100,000 people went to Canada, making the Canada-US relations in the 19th century and early 20th century very difficult, because they were enraged still by the revolution, by its success. And some went to Australia, some went to Britain, and some black persons also went to Britain as free British subjects. And they were free indeed, although not always prosperous, but they were free, so the promise was kept. So to sum up, this conflict is which shaped our modern perceiving of politics. It's very complicated one, and I strongly urge everyone to get some interest in this conflict, because I think it may be the most important conflict in the whole modern history, and that really can help understand also modern politics and of course history, and how the history is created and how it fluctuates and so on.